Yeah, yeah. You know I love to see you shine that light. I put that love in every rhyme I write. You and I, we ride side by side, so keep shining, y'all, keep shining. Yeah, you know I love to see you shine that light. Yeah, even when you gotta fight those fights, it's like that struggle make you twice as bright. So keep shining, my dude, keep shining. Come on. Yeah, I learned a long.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video on today. This is the Keeping It Raw podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Click on that bell to be notified whenever we put up an upload. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the installment. All right, guys, we got to talk about it on today. The Detroit Lions released Cam Sutton on today. We knew that probably this is going to be the next step and the next thing that Brad Holmes would have to do. Now, the biggest thing going forth from this point on is, how are the Lions going to, how they're going to go about trying to recoup the money, if they're able to recoup the money, or do they just take this as a loss? And it is what it is. Will they go out and bring in a veteran corner? What will the Lions do? What's going to be Brad Holmes' next move? Because this definitely, no one saw this coming, man. That's why, life can be so unpredictable because you never know what can happen each and every day. Every day has its moments. And while you have a moment of life, you always got to be thankful and grateful that you're able to see another day. But at the end of the day, Brad Holmes still has a job to perform. He's still got a task that he must do, and that's to be able to get this Detroit Lions team to be even better than they were last year. The Lions, after releasing Cam, pretty much, that's going to put them in a situation where either Emmanuel Mosley, whenever he comes back from his injury, Amik Robertson, Carlton Davis is going to put these guys in a kind of a unique situation. Now, Emmanuel Mosley probably know a little bit of the system, but he didn't get a chance to play in it as much. With Carlton and Amik, they're going to have to learn the system. So it may take a little bit of time with them. But then, as you look at the whole situation, even if they bring in a rookie, when they bring the rookie corner in, they still got to learn the system too as well. So everybody's going to be in a learning curve going forth. All the players that he decides to bring in, no matter what corner he decides to get, whether it be Stephen Gilmore, whether it be Xavier Howard, whether it be Adoree Jackson, if he brings in C.J. Henderson. It's a lot of different corners that you could bring in, J.C. Jackson. It's a lot of different players that you could bring in and possibly replace Cam Sutton with those guys. But in the meantime, he still has to think about what he's going to do in the draft. The draft is definitely going to be a big thing for Detroit this season. We did not see this coming with Cam. We didn't think that Cam would do anything like this, but you just never know with human beings. We're capable of anything. So, man, you hate that this happened for the Lions, but at the same time, this could be a blessing for someone else. Will the Lions sign a veteran corner? Will they do it? What does this mean for the Lions organization going forth? Because I know they pride themselves on bringing in guys that's high character, guys that have that grit mentality, and guys that's just going to buy into the Detroit Lions culture. And then you have somebody that you thought that was pretty much a stable guy and one of those guys that you can trust and depend on, and you bring him over to the team and he ends up letting the team down by doing something off the field. So, going forth, man, you just gotta, you really don't know with people, and that's with anybody. Anything can happen at any given time and any given moment. I think that this is probably going to be a teaching lesson for Brad Holmes and the Lions organization, and with Dan Campbell as well, that sometimes, you try to trust your instincts on drafting the right players. But, at any given time, man, anybody can do anything. You just can't put anything past anybody. But they're going to have to decide what they're going to have to do with that corner position. Because now, at the end of the day, you need to get a corner. You have to get a corner. So what is the priority for Brad Holmes going forth? What are the Lions going to really do? Are they going to make the offensive lineman the priority? Being able to build that offensive line first and keeping that offensive line one of the best offensive lines in the NFL? Or do you go and get Quinyon Mitchell, or do you trade up to get a Quinyon Mitchell or a Kool-Aid McKinstry, hoping he may fall to you, or a Terrion Arnold? Because I know these guys could be possibly drafted in the first round. There's going to be a few corners taken in this first round, and I definitely think that Quinyon Mitchell will be one. Kool-Aid McKinstry could be one, and also Terrion Arnold could end up being drafted in the first round. If not the first round, maybe a couple of these guys could be taken as early as in the second round. But Brad Holmes needs to find out what he's going to do going forth, because he has to come up with a plan on how to fix the hole that he has on the team, and that's in the secondary. You got to get this secondary better. Last year, the secondary gave up a lot of huge plays and a lot of big yards, and the Lions are going to have to be able to find somebody that's going to come in and straight ball. And I'm talking about as a rookie as well. Even if that rookie is a rookie that's in development, or a rookie that's a plug-and-play guy, or that guy that's just in rotation, period. You got to go out there and find a stud now. And it's a lot of, thank goodness, this is the year where a lot of corners are going to be coming into this draft. It is a lot of cornerbacks coming into the draft. But you definitely need to get that guy that can lock down his side and potentially be that number one corner for you. And I'm hoping that Brad Holmes is able to accomplish this. If he's able to accomplish this, then I think that the Lions will be fine. It's nothing to worry about. No sweat off the back. We lost Cam Sutton. Cam Sutton had a shaky year last year anyway, so it won't be as bad. But I'm hoping that the Lions will be able to bring a veteran in. I think that that's a cool way to do it too. You know, even if you have to sign a guy like Stephen Gilmore to a one-year deal, or, you know, Xavier Howard, or, you know, CJ Henderson, or any of these guys, bringing them in. Oh, I forgot about Tre'Davious. I think Tre'Davious White, something like that. Him as well. So it's a few corners out there that you can still get, and those guys can be effective, and they can help this Detroit Lions team out. But inquiring minds want to know what is going to be the next move for Brad Holmes. What will be the next move for this Detroit Lions organization with Cam Sutton pretty much out of the picture now after the Lions have released him? So pretty much he's still on a run, still hasn't turned himself in, and we don't know the full story yet. All we know is that the situation is that he strangled a woman, and that is not a good thing, man. I do not condone violence at all, and that's not good. It's not a good look for him, especially after what happened with Ray Rice a few years ago with the domestic situations. I'm telling you, man, these fellas that's in the NFL, they have to really, really watch the things that they do off the field. You have to really, really watch the things that you do and the people that you're around that can cause you to get in trouble. You don't want to get into any trouble off the field. But I think that this Detroit Lion team going forth, they're going to be better. I think, you know, this is just a little dent in the armor for a second, but I think they'll be able to bounce back from this, man. I think the Lions will end up finding a corner that's going to truly help this team out, whether they get it through the draft or whether they get it through free agency. I think the Lions will go forth and they'll still be one of those teams that can make the postseason and possibly make it into the playoffs. And you just never know. Make it to that big dance, make it to the Super Bowl. So definitely Brad has some homework to do. Sheila, all the Lions staff, they got a lot of work to do, man. Dan Campbell, they got some work to do because they're going to really have to investigate into some of the players that they're going to be bringing in. And hopefully none of the players that they bring in do the same thing that Cam has done. And definitely, man, I'm wishing the best for Cam in this situation. Don't know everything. I'm wishing the best for the young lady, whoever it was that Cam did this to. And he's on the run. He's not talking to authorities. He's not talking to anybody. He's shut off all of his communications, so they can't get in touch with him, period. So hopefully everything clears up. The smoke, after the dust is gone and the smoke clears, hopefully Cam will be able to turn himself in and do the right thing. All right, you guys, leave it in the comment section. I'll be back to you soon with another video. And I'm out of here. Until next time, peace.
Yeah. You know I love to see you shine that light. I put that love in every rhyme I write. You and I, we ride side by side, so keep shining, y'all. Keep shining. Yeah. You know I love to see you shine that light. Yeah. Even when you gotta fight those fights, it's like that struggle make you twice as bright. So keep shining, my dude. Keep shining. Come on. Yeah, I learned a long time ago how it happens. When you get it cracking, that's when cats start attacking. Lip flapping, talking smack, a sick fascination with you passing them by with your passion. Friends back then, but yo, press fast forward. Now it's like they'd rather clap back than to clap for you. All because you turned a corner. They can't see it like as if you was a transformer, but they can't be it. When you start shining bright, a person reacts. They either bask in that light or they turn their back. If they're inspired by your fire, you both travel. But if they turn their back, they only see their own shadow. That's when they plateau, inspiration fades. They keep their back to the light and start throwing shade. Now that's a bad trait. I'd rather keep my heart and celebrate when you glow in the dark. Come on. You know I love to see you shine that light. Yeah, I put that love in every rhyme I write.